I feel like for so many women who, come in contact with you, you were just on FaceTime with my mother before we even get on air. You just have this loving spirit. And for someone who had such a pretty tumultuous life growing up, 16 years old, you're kicked out of high school. And so you believe that you don't start from perfect. You start from right where you are.
You start from right where you are. And sometimes where you are is a hard place. But it's the rock in that foundation. Like talking to your mom before, she had me like almost in tears. I was like, oh, I can't mess up my makeup. Not right now. Not right now. Because her voice, her presence just reminds me of my rock, my mother.
Yeah.
And immediately my mother's spirit just came over me, right? Just by talking to Marsha, by talking to the queen.
Yeah.
And when I met her, it was almost like kind of the same thing.
You met her at All-Star Weekend in Cleveland, Ohio, because she lives in Cleveland.
She lives in Cleveland. She was with her church members, so don't get it twisted. She wasn't just at All-Star, just All-Starring it, okay? She was with her church members. And we at this event, and we're there. It was called Black Fashion Movement. And basically, it was designers and creators and founders of brands that on the prestige level that are Black-owned. And she came out to support her and her church members.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm sitting up there doing her face, showing her the brow kit and all of that from Lamique. And they sitting up there talking about the meeting they about to have on Zoom for some upcoming situation at the church. And so I was like, y'all are serious about this.
Very much on brand. I know what you're saying is true. Very much on brand.
And so, but when I met her there, it was kind of like when I met you all. It was just like, boom, fireworks. Okay, we together.
Yeah.
And she called me one of her daughters, and I took that serious because I felt my mother's love. Breast cancer has affected my family in such a strong way, and my mother in particular, and my sister now, which I can't even grapple with that whole idea that that's really just happened. But when I heard her voice and when I see the other survivorship in women, when I see the love and that motherly instinct, how she just took me in, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't meet a stranger, and she's a survivor of breast cancer, and that was also like the common thread that you all talked about. I mean, that weekend, she met so many different people. She was sending me pictures. I'm getting pictures tagged on Instagram like, hey, met your mom this weekend. Hey, met your mom this weekend. Hey, girl, saw your mama this weekend. And I'm like, she never meets a stranger. And so, I mean, I think that's just your nature as well, though. Because, I mean, you have created a brand that has really been built in love, because Lamique originally was your name backwards, but Lamique is love and kindness and makeup.
Yeah.
Love and makeup
and
kindness.
But it's exactly that, though. It's exactly, okay, first I started off vanity, right? When you come up with a name, you're like, okay, where can my name go?
Yeah.
Right? Where's my name at?
Yeah.
And that's how I started. So it was Kim spelled backwards. It was actually the La from my middle name, because my mom named all of her girls La something. So I'm Lakeisha.
Because her name was Loretta.
Loretta.
And your daughter is named after your
my
your mother.
mom. And so my sisters, Lachey, Lakeisha, LaDun. Come on now, y'all know them loves. We was in there. We was in there. So so I thought it was really cool actually to be named Lakeisha, especially in elementary. But I took that La and I made that Lamique. Well, I was in a meeting with a buyer for a major retailer, and they said, so what does Lamique mean? And in that moment, I could not say Kim spelled backwards in the love for my middle. It didn't even sound, that wasn't going to come out. I was like, that don't sound good.
It's not a good origin story.
Right, I don't like that no more. I don't like that no
we
more.
need a good brand story.
I don't like that no more.
Well, actually, it's Kim. It's with my middle name. You know what I'm saying?
So are you going to take the products or not? Right. So I was like, in that moment, and even before we started, the way you prayed, right? In that moment, that's kind of what happened. I was like, Lord, give me something to say right now. I had to let her finish talking. As she was talking, I was like, Lord, give me something. And I came out, I said, it stands for love and makeup and kindness.
Wow.
And looked that woman straight in the eye.
You 10 toes. You were standing on business.
And the whole room went silent
Mm-hmm.
because they're all in beauty and they never hear brands that actually have meanings to the names.
Mm-hmm.
Every brand is just whatever their name, named after a designer, named after the makeup artist. And so, not to take anything away from that at all, but I knew for me, I wasn't in makeup because I like to play in makeup. I was in beauty because I like to reveal the beauty of women. I like to pump women up. I like to get women excited. I love to show women and tell women the truth about them, that they're amazing
Yeah.
and that they're beautiful. And girl, I don't know what he or she said, but they hating, right? Like, so that's what I like to do. And so when I was here in Atlanta, going to Clark Atlanta University, I worked at a makeup counter just as a little side job because Foot Locker didn't hire me. Let's be clear. If they would have called me back, I'd be working there.
Yeah.
But I would have worked there, but I ended up getting called back at this makeup store. And so I ended up working there. And the first couple of weeks into working there, my manager said, "Now, how are you selling all this makeup?" She said, "Because you don't know what you're doing." So she said, "You don't know how to do makeup at all. So what are you?"
You weren't as skilled as you are now. Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Yeah.
And so I said, "You know what? I've fallen in love with making women feel good about themselves." And I used to take every shift. I used to work morning and night because it became, what I understand now is that it's a calling.
Yeah. I mean, it's so interesting because as you're telling the story, I'm thinking about the other Kim who sat on the seat, Real Talk Kim, the pastor.
Yes.
When she talked about she worked at the makeup counter and was selling all these lip glosses and stuff. And they like, how are you even doing it? You don't even know how to do. She was like, I was so good at telling women how beautiful they were and how great they were. And I was so into the story of their life that I became a top seller. And that's you, because you was going to grab folks out the food court to come.
I said, "Come on down here." And funny story, Real Talk Kim and I spoke at a conference together in Houston and tore that thing up
Mm-hmm.
and had a good time because, to your point, people are not just buying the product. They're buying what can it produce in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
What can this product produce for me? Will it produce good self-esteem? Will it produce motivation for me to wake up? What will it produce for me? And that's what I attached to. So yeah, I opened up a makeup shop at 21 with no customers, no business plan, just no, everything no. Really, if I would have been my advisor, I would be like, no. So what you need to do
is go back and start over. But you got this $500 investment from your mother because she believed in you.
My mother, so the real gag is my mother loves makeup. The real gag is my mother, literally when I opened up the makeup shop, her sister, her cousins was like, "Girl, your mama dream has come true."
Mm.
My mother loved makeup, beautiful dark-skinned woman, loved to wear different wigs. My mom was just that girl.
Yeah.
And so she worked at the post office. You would have thought she worked downtown here somewhere, but she worked at the post office, but she sit at her little vanity and put on her makeup. She thought highly of herself.
Mm.
And I think for me, when I opened up that makeup shop, I didn't know it, but her dream was coming true too. So when I opened it up, I didn't have any customers. So I had to walk down to the food court. Baby, you learn how to strike up a conversation.
Right.
And learn how to start a relationship real quick. I'm like, "Hey, girl, hey." And walk them all the way down to the store. But that's how I ended up building up my clientele. It was not, such and such told them about me. And so I kind of always have that attitude. I'm always going, sometimes I'm like, why did you put yourself in that position again? I'm always taking these leaps.
Mm.
Always taking these leaps. Never fully have the resources for the leaps I take,
Yeah.
but just steady taking these leaps. And at some point, the resources either get manufactured or they get attracted.
Yeah.
And but that's what I would say. Even to this day, I'm always in a position where I'm in bigger shoes than what I can feel at the moment.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.